Okay, all right, I'm back. I'm back, guys. AW here in Warrior. What's up, guys? Punisher episode 4 just got finished. Punisher episode 4. All right, I spoiled it. I can't believe I did that. Can't believe I did that. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I'm back now. I'm sorry. I can't believe I did that. I feel much better today. I'm better today than I was a Sunday. So that's good news. That's why I'm streaming. Okay. All right. So yeah, 10:15. But you know what? The episode just ended. I'm sorry for the dead air there. Okay. All right. And we're going to talk about this episode. All right. Talk about this episode. That's what we're going to talk about. I don't know if Blind is going to join me. Okay. I really don't know if Blind is going to join me for this episode, but we'll see. He says he might not join me. I'd like to say hello to anybody who's in the chat. I have no idea who's in the chat yet because nobody's commented on anything. I'd like to say hello to nobody. Okay. Nobody in the chat. Yeah, you love my thumbnail? I hope you love my thumbnail. I really do. You can make fun of it as much as you want. Okay? I'll let you. Okay? Come say hello if you just seen it. This is a spoiler review. Okay? So spoilers are involved. I think the title gives it away. So basically the title gives it away. Okay? All right. What this episode's about. All right? You know, it's funny. They show Muse at the beginning of this episode. They show Muse at the beginning of this episode. In the end of this episode. Muse. They show Muse dragging a carcass or somebody in the beginning. And then At the end, they show Muse yet again at the ending of this episode where his lair is, where his hangout is, and what Muse is doing. All right, and this guy is one sick fuck. Muse is one sick fuck. What he does, he's a graffiti artist, right? He takes his victims that he captures, and what he does, he tracks blood from them using his devices, extracts blood from his victims, and he uses the blood of his victims to create graffiti art and stuff. It's really demented. It's really psychotic. And that he's right. So that's so they show music at the beginning and the end. I think we're gonna talk more about that later, a little bit later on. Okay. So also in this episode, so yeah, they show Punisher. Okay, what can we talk about this episode, right? Well, begin the episode, they show Muse. All right. All right. They you also see this episode things starting to go wrong, not in his favor for Kingpin, for Wilson Fisk. And with his volatile behavior, right? Nobody dies in this episode. Nobody dies in this episode. Nobody died. Nobody died in this episode. Okay? Nobody died in this episode. Okay? That you all know. But we do see at the beginning that Matt was at the morgue where Hector Ayla's body was being investigated, right? Because it was a murder, right? When a murder happens, the dead body gets sent to the morgue for observation for stuff like that, right? And you see the Hector's mask, the costume, the amulet, all put in a bag as evidence. Then you see, then Hector Ayla's niece come running in, who it's in the comics does become the White Tiger, okay? But I think she's a little too young in this universe right now to become White Tiger. I believe she becomes White Tiger when she's a teenager. It's gonna be the Punisher, Buck Cashman. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be him. I don't know. Okay, So we see Hector Illa's daughter, not daughter, niece, because right, she's all upset. Obviously, she's grieving. Why? Like she nobody could really protect them because the cops are supposed to protect citizens, protect the people, but the cops is what basically got him, but basically killed Hector after getting scot free. I mean, like being not scot free, but after being proved innocent. The cops still managed to get him, still managed to get the last laugh of Hector Illa, right? And she's there. Like we know, if you read the comics, that character does become the next White Tiger. This I think she's too young in this world because she she looks younger than a teen. Maybe like maybe like 11, 12 years old. She's younger than a teen. And and since Daredevil is very mature, I would not have a teen become take up the mantle until she's older. Until she's older. If they plan to have a White Tiger in the future again, just with the niece. Okay? All right. So we're next what? Next all right? That's important. Maybe important later on. All right? Okay. All right, let's continue on. I don't know where my usuals are. That's so weird. Where are my usuals? Where's my usual gang? My all right, whatever. All right, whatever. So then we get like what's I gonna say? Okay. Then we get across the street. Some guy was getting arrested for stealing caramel corn from a store. It looks like a small variety store or some sort. Okay, where is everybody? Really? Gee, I take a day off. I take a day off for once on one stream. I know, and I don't get my usual audience. The fuck are you guys? Seriously. I swear. I swear I have this on this YouTube channel, right? Whatever, guys. Whatever. Whatever. But yeah, across the street, some guy was getting arrested, and the cops. You can't. The cops in New York there in Daredevil getting arrested for caramel corn. I think caramel corn. He said we're stealing 5 boxes, supposedly 5 boxes of caramel corn, right? Caramel corn. Okay. And Matt Murdock is going to be one to represent him. His defense, his 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 attorney, because people that get arrested, some can't afford an attorney. The state, the city will get you an attorney, a good attorney usually, a fair attorney, right? This guy couldn't afford, didn't have an attorney, so they provide him the attorney. Matt Murdock Matt Murdock is the one who takes on the case of this guy and see what he can do for the best of his client. And it was not, and for this guy's case, he did not really have a leg to stand on. Like, everything was going against him, really. If you think about it, everything was going against him. Okay? He did not have really, there was no way he could get off scot-free. Like, he was proven innocent. There's no way he was innocent. Okay? And oh, you forgot what's on tonight, Degrassi? Well, I know you don't care about spoilers. Also, while he was doing this, he was also investigating the White Tiger hacked ALS death. Right, to kind of detective work, how trying to investigate that death too. I need Blinded on. Where's Blinded? Okay. All right. He was investigating that, how Hector's death happened, the location, the bullets, like all that. Like in a detective would, right? He was doing that. He was doing that throughout the show. Also on the Kingpin side of things, him and his wife were at another one of those marriage counselor sessions with Matt Murdock's girlfriend at the time. Okay, girlfriend at the time, and finally, this is more about Vanessa in this session than Kingpin, about her insecurities, about how she needs to feel needed, like why she cheated. She basically said why the reason why she kind of had an affair, cheated on Kingpin, why she did that is basically because she said she gave a backstory that her dad was away a lot, was a drunk, and treated her mother poorly, things like that. And same thing with Kingpin. That Kingpin was away a lot. Didn't treat her bad, but was away a lot. She felt like she needed not company, but more support. Her husband, somebody to love, to have care for her, and the reason why she cheated on him because there was somebody there for her, like Adam, which is actually quite common in real life. Sometimes when with marriages, when you're feeling far apart from each other, or you're not communicating, or you're not, but sometimes some people feel like they need to be needed, and they do end up. Some people do end up in an affair, having an affair of some sort. It does happen. It's actually very common, and there's always usually a psychological reason for that, right? Right? Some people might be just jerk having an affair, but whatever. Some people might just be jerks having an affair. But there's other reasons why people have an affair, and maybe just being wanting to be close to someone, that you once had with your spouse. You want to feel needed sometimes, so it's very common, and that's what I felt like Vanessa was implying here in the therapy session with Daredevil's girlfriend. You know, hey Degrassi, I'm glad you're here, man. Okay. All right. And the way they talk about Adam, she mentions Adam, right? She mentions Adam the third, the therapist. She mentions Adam, the counselor. Mentions Adam, and she asks questions like, "Where's Adam now?" And she's like, "We don't know. We don't know." Well, we'll have an answer for later tonight about where the whereabouts of Adam. Whereabouts of Adam. Okay. Are you guys hearing that? Okay, I'm sorry about that. What's up, Degrassi? Degrassi, what's up? What's up? It's good to see you, Degrassi. I mean, you're good. I'm good. All right. Like, I don't know where everybody else is, Degrassi. You're the only one of my usuals that are here. Okay? Like, where's my gang? I'm disappointed. I have to call them out on my next stream. You're. Oh, Um, that's a Nora, I believe. That's a Nora in the background. The other person in my household is watching a Nora. That's why. It's on Amazon now. So yeah. I'm sorry about that. It's just sound, right? Okay. Oh, right. So where was I? So that Daredevil or Matt Murdock representing, he won probation, and not serve a sentence in prison, despite serving an apprentice for robbery in the past over and over. Um, I want probation. Nothing less than nothing more than probation. Okay, he just wanted probation, and Matt is like, you're not looking at a winnable case here, man. This case is not in your favor, and this guy's trying to make up excuses why. At first, he's trying to make all these excuses why he's supposedly innocent. Like, oh, it wasn't me. Um, I paid for those a week before. I came to pick up the Campbell popcorn, and Matt's like, that's not how it works. And then he used the funny line joke that maybe it was a scroll, like a scroll would impersonate some random guy who's struggling to get by just to get caramel popcorn or whatever, right in the box. Okay, and then Matt decided to see what he can do, right? What can he do to get the best possible outcome for his client? Because it really was not a good situation for his client. His client had no there's no leg to stand on really. He has a record, right? And usually when you commit a felony and over, the sentence gets worse and worse. But Matt went up to, I guess, what's going to be his opposing DA. That was going to be the one sentencing, the one taking up the case in court, and they try to get to some sort of deal, something to get to some sort of agreement on possible lower charge for the guy. And she's saying, she's reluctant at first few times pointing out that this guy has a track record, right? And that she basically says, I like the joke. When you commit a felony, like she basically, I'm paraphrasing, but when you commit a felony over and over, the sentence usually gets worse, not better. Even especially robbing, being thieving, stealing. If you steal again, you're not getting a lighter sentence next time. You're getting a more harsher sentence. It's quite funny. Okay. Where are you, my guys? Where's my gang? Seriously, where is my gang? Why would I apply to myself? Okay. So she managed to offer him 10 days in 10 days. 10 days. He goes back to the client and says, "I got you 10." He's like, "You got me probation." He's like, "Nope, I got you 10 days." He's like, "No, man, no, I want probation." And Matt's like, "It's the best I can do," and he gives a reason why he wants probation and not jail. Because he says the one it was his first time when he went to prison, he got his benefits cut off. Some of his benefits cut off, like food stamps, all this other stuff cut off. And going to prison again will obviously make things worse. And it's about the system of New York, the politics of New York, whatever, right? That's what the guy says. What his reason why he doesn't go to prison? It's not about serving. It's about what he's gonna lose. Like the first time, and in this show, it's very political. I mean, it has to be. It makes sense. It makes sense why the show is very political. It does deal with real life situations. This is really This show deals with more political aspects in the MCU than MCU does altogether. They really don't have that much like all the other stuff in the MCU. They really don't dig really deep into political stuff. They do sometimes, but this show is very. When I mean political, I mean like how you can make a city, how politics affects people's lives, and and I'm talking about like rich, poor, housing, neighborhoods, how you can reduce crime, the crime stuff, like even garbage stuff like that. It deals with the smaller political stuff than the over big political stuff like the MCU does, right? In fact, I think DC tends to be a little bit more political. I mean, look, the Batman's always been political. There's my gang. Batman stuff has always been political. Okay, the supervillains in the Batman universe were created out of pro- problems of Gotham, right? Society of Gotham. And this is the same here. I mean, that's just how it is. I know there's certain groups out there that are going to be, oh my God, this is political. How how this is depicting Kingpin as the president. I'm like, dude. I'm like, shut up, okay? Yeah, there's 56K, 56K. I finally have people. I don't know where red is. I don't know where sideways is. I don't know where blinded is. Seriously, like these guys, they say they're Marvel fans, but I don't think they care. You know, but so then the Kingpin goes to the shipyard like place, right? Very disgusting, very run down kind of shipyard, and he wants to kind of tear it down and build like how can I say it? Yeah, how can I say it? How can I say it? What was I gonna say? Condos and other things, right? Stuff like that. And Kingpin thinks, Wilson Fish thinks he could just he could just do it without knowing that there's a bunch of there's a there's a bunch of different a bunch of different things are gonna get in the way. There's a process. America can't just decide I'm gonna build something here. No, no, no. The mirror just can't decide. There's a bunch of things where the mirror has to get support, support, approval, and things like that. He can't decide. You know what? Let's build something here. You have to bring the idea up to like the count, like the. I forget what he said. I forgot what her the woman said. But she has to do. But it was a lot of things. There was a lot of things she mentioned. That's why it's hard to remember. There was a lot of things she mentioned. Okay, and you could tell he was visibly frustrated with that, right? He thought he could cut the red tape. But he found out being a mayor of a city doesn't mean you have total control of power. There, right? Doesn't really mean you have. Doesn't really mean wherever you say go. There's a process to getting things done. So you can't just say I want to build a building there. I want to build a city there. No, 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 no. I want to build a condo there. No, you got to get approval from. You got to get approval. You got to from a bunch of different things in the city, from the city. Like I don't know, like what did she mention? Like council, whatever. She mentioned a bunch of things. I can't remember. He thought he could just do it. It was frustrating him. It was frustrating him. And I obviously, you know what I thought? I thought he was gonna kill her right there. Kill her right there. Because I thought he was gonna lose his cool there. And it looked like it was a little bit. But he didn't. He didn't lose his cool. And he listened to her. Listened to her. He's doing it. Well, he basically said, she's basically said, what you're suggesting is improbable, but not impossible. Yeah. Okay. Bunch of sore winners. Bunch of sore winners. That's funny. Okay. All right. And you see him at a school where a class is singing for him. Just to look good. Also, that's Clark Kent's beat in Superman. Also, also in the beginning when fucking idiot James Gandolfini's son, who was drunk out partying, accidentally revealed plans that to BB Ulrich, because they're friends. Oh yeah, oh, you could do that in DC. They have done that. They have done that with They've done that already in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kind of Civil War is a little bit like that, right? Right? Civil War is a little bit like that. They kind of already did that in Marvel Cinematic Universe. But in DC, they could definitely do that too. Lex Luthor could push that if he becomes president. Um, but yeah, he accidentally revealed plans that were not supposed to. He leaked out plans accidentally to BB Ulrich, and on then at the school, he got an alert on his phone. Showed him Wilson Fisk, Union Buster. Not a good look. Not a good look. He told the woman, I forget her name, but the woman, and women's advisor told him, and she told him to keep it quiet until later. Back then, Wilson Fisk had another event to go to. Apparently, it was not Latin, what's the country? Not Latveria. It's not Latveria. Not Latin. It's not Latin. It's Latavia. Is it called Latvia? Especially Latvia Surfing Day. I don't know. I don't know. If it's, okay, Latvia, not Latveria. Which, if you really think about it, Latveria, is kind of based on Latvia, right? Look. It's kind of big. It's kind of that's where they got the name from. Latveria, they got the name from Latvia, right? Come on, isn't it obvious? Or it could be the other way around. I don't know. All right. And then he pulled a meeting. He had a meeting with his staff. He made sure to have his whole entire staff come into his mirror's office and um, demand who leaked this out, right? Somebody leaked it, and it was Michael Gandolfini. He admitted to it, and he told everybody to get out. Told everybody to get out. And it's the classic cliche, right? Classic cliche in these TV movies shows. When somebody gets in trouble, and the person that they're in trouble with says, "Everybody get out." There's always that person in trouble who tries to get out. Then the person is like, "No, you stay." Always like that. Same here. But she stayed with them, stayed too, because she takes kind of responsibility for him. And what he did was like apologize, and he said he didn't mean it. He was drunk, give reasons why. He apologized. He stood up for himself, and I think Fisk liked that. And Fisk was so mad at first, but Fisk admired that about him. How he stood up to him. He stood up to him and he apologized. He wouldn't blame him. He fired him, whatever. And But Fisk said, if you ever do that again, and he basically warned them again, or threatened them, if you can say, what's up, Sideways? It would have been better. It would have been better if he put on the costume at the end of this episode. I think the end. It would have been more impactful if he put the costume at the end of this episode. Okay, it would just be more impactful to put the costume at the end, back on the end of the episode. Instead of them just taking the what do they call it? Not nunchucks, whatever the size, whatever they call it. It would have been better if he, if in my opinion, it would have been better if they at the end of this episode they show him back in the Daredevil costume. I think it would get more people buzzing and talking, and it's big impactful, though more impactful than what we saw him in this, when we saw him coming back as Daredevil. I just. And then Frank, right? Okay, we got okay, then and then Daredevil goes to the scene of the crime where Hector Ayla's murder was, right? Investigating it, Before that, he walks in, before that, he meets up with the cop that, was at the Hector Ayla court case. That cop, you know what I'm talking about, the guy he beat up in the condo, in the room, and very quickly his face healed. His face healed rather quickly, man. He wasn't as bruised. He wasn't as bruised anymore. I don't know how long bruises take to heal on the face, but I don't think they heal that quickly like that, man. Okay? But Daredevil thinks he has something to do with Hector Ayla's murder. And guy pulls up Daredevil against the wall and basically explains his family's history about being cops. Well, Matt was pushed up against the wall. He was hearing his heartbeat. And usually with a heartbeat, an elevated heartbeat, now this is true. An elevated heartbeat usually tells a lie. I believe so. Yeah. Oh, hey, Red, what's up, buddy? So, yeah, he was lying. He was clearly lying. He knew something about Hector's death because his heartbeat was elevated. That's why, right? And so we get back to the scene. Well, you're blinded. People are coming in late. Why are you guys late? You're like an hour late. Mean. Oh, you just finished it. Are you free to come on? All right. I know. Grace is gonna hate this episode. Grace is gonna fucking hate this episode. I know Grace is gonna hate this episode. I can tell you that. Then he seen the crime, and I'm right, and where the bullets came from, and he managed to locate Frank. Frank, right? Frank, it looks like he's in a rough shape, man. Rough shape, just like stuff like that. And they obviously they talk about the moral dilemma, their differences. Okay, blinded. Their differences about how they do things, which makes a very good conversation. Oh, good luck with the DMV test. Good luck with that, man. Okay. And they talk about Foggy Nelson. And Frank's aware of Red is streaming. 56K is here. He was here. I don't know. Okay. Um, and Frank is aware of the Punisher thing, the cost with the Punisher symbol, because it was revealed that the bullet had a Punisher symbol, but obviously Matt cannot see that. But somebody had to tell him it's a Punisher symbol, right? Because he can't see that. I like the guy who was making fun of Matt's blindness, and I think he also made fun of him not him pretending to be like he's calling him out deaf too. I like that. I don't know what's the point of that. I really don't know what's the point. Okay, I understand what the point of that scene was in the film in the episode, but sorry about that, man. I'm drinking water. I'm not sick. I'm not sick, guys. Don't worry about it. But but yeah, so you look at Frank, and they look like they're both in rough. I mean, he looks like a rough shape. Punisher caught storyline, yeah. And Frank looks like he hasn't been Punisher in a while. Okay? Like, no more drizzling shit. Nope. But I'm drinking water, so if I do go to the bathroom, it's most likely for um the other thing, taking a piss. Right? And they started off well, and then they had a fight. And here's the thing about Punisher: he says, "Screw the system." Punisher doesn't realize that his way only leads to chaos. Chaos. When you could do anything you want, that all leads to chaos. All leads to chaos. When they did a crossover between Punisher, Batman, and the Joker. And Punisher, Batman just hates Punisher in that crossover, and he wants to kill the Joker. But if you really think about it, Punisher and Joker, the way Punisher doesn't realize this, but Joker does. Joker always wants chaos, but Punisher doesn't understand his way of doing things is chaos, leads to chaos, not order, chaos. Because if anybody could get away with doing it, if anybody could do anything they want, that all leads to chaos. Here's blinded.
Oh
Right?
boy.
Blind.
Oh boy. That episode was awful. Holy shit. What happened?
You don't think it was that good?
Oh my God. What the hell happened? Oh my God. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was woke as hell. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god. There we
Oh
go.
my God. Oh my God. I was about to fucking. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. Oh my God. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It was so bad. No, no, I'm kidding. That episode was great.
No,
That
as
that
the
was a
minute you said it was
fantastic.
woke as hell, I knew you were kidding.
Yeah, that was a great episode. I was like,
I think Grace is gonna hate this episode. That's what I think.
hey, listen. If you like Daredevil, um, and you like The Punisher, and you hate this episode, I do have to question you a little bit. I'm sorry. That scene, listen, it was not a scene with them in costume, and I was like, God damn. I was like, God damn. I felt like fucking chills down my
Yeah.
spine. I was like, oh shit, they might be cooking here. They might be cooking here. So just off of that one scene,
That's
I was like, this is great. I mean,
see
I
this.
can't wait to see
You
this
see my
whole
thumbnail. My thumbnail's
uh
hilarious.
oh yeah, I did see the thumbnail.
Because you know what I do? You know what I'm doing now? I'm taking pictures of instead of going on social media looking for pictures, because other people post pictures or whatever or
Right.
whatever. I'm taking when there's something I like, there's something is I'm gonna take a picture of myself on my own phone.
Yeah, I mean this was
Yeah.
oof. this episode, I wasn't expecting that scene with Frank, and when it came up, I was like, damn. I'm like, damn, this was good. I mean, there was a lot of good scenes in this episode. Obviously, that was
Yeah.
the highlight.
Ah,
I was like, damn, man. I was like, I wish this was a
you're
binge so then I could just watch the next
you
episode. Fuck.
you're also starting to see like Wilson Fisk like losing his composure and stuff. He's starting to lose it. You
Yeah, I
know?
like that scene where yeah, where or well, multiple scenes where he goes from the different
Yeah.
meetings and they're all listening to the same song and he's just fucking losing it. And he's
Yeah.
just like itching to
Oh,
fucking kill
when
someone.
when that like I forget her name, but when she said you can't do all this, that it's not that simple. Like when
Right,
he was trying to, he's trying to like put all the I don't know, was it condos and all this other stuff? It's like
right,
it's not that simple. You just can't. You just because you're married, you
yeah,
just
you can,
can't. You just can't do
right,
this, right?
yeah, yeah,
I felt like
all
I
the
thought she was
tension
dead
that he
right there.
had, where he's just freaking out on them, like you know that he's gonna kill one of these people. I mean, if they
I thought he was
don't
gonna
do
kill
it,
her. I thought he was gonna
oh,
kill
I
her
think
right
he's
there.
gonna kill her. I was for a
Oh
second there was thinking, oh, maybe he chained one of them up at the ending, but no, that was Adam. I was like, oh shit, okay. So
yeah.
he's keeping this guy alive. He's probably gonna kill him, right?
Well, look at Adam. What he's suffering is worse than death.
Yeah, I know. He was itching though to kill this guy. And he just couldn't. And same thing with Matt, right? It's like he's itching, like what we said in the previous episodes, it's like, this is their calling. This is who they are. They can't really
Yeah,
escape it.
it's a
And
nature.
I do really hope
What's the Fed
they
is trying to
push it
do?
to its limits with the next season. I
You
think
try to
they are going to
snipe?
be pushing it.
Try to
Oh
snipe
yeah,
us
he's
with.
trying to snipe. That's where I'm at. Why are you on Twitch? Why don't you go on Kick or YouTube?
Twitch
You know,
sucks,
those are
man.
those are the good places, the places I frequent.
I have Kick. I have an account Kick, but I don't use
I
it.
can't go on Twitch. That place is, or
Cesspool.
yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for this match, I'm gonna play for the Punisher.
Mhm.
I'm playing Marvel Rivals.
Look, this was a good episode. Um, one thing is at the ending when they showed Daredevil, Matt Murdock getting back in the swing of things,
Mhm.
they should have showed him in costume at the end of the episode. Made more of an impact.
I mean, they
But
showed him, gearing up. I
yeah,
mean, we didn't see the Kingpin kill Adam, so it's like
yeah.
they're gearing up, right? They're on that
No, it's
verge,
just
right?
that
They had enough. They
it's
had
just
enough, right?
Muse. It's just they had to show Muse at the beginning and the end. Muse is one sick motherfucker. You see,
Yeah,
I like how they showed at the beginning carrying a body, and they're alive too. They're not dead because he needs the blood, right?
right,
Um, and you see at the ending what he does to his victims. The blood is the fucking graffiti, like the paint, huh?
right. Yeah, that's kind of his calling, right? Is
And you see the hooks. The hooks. You have the dead.
oh
Some of the
shit.
dead. You see the dead bodies. You see them hooking and hooking up. Right, they're like on hooks.
Never
And
mind.
you
I'm gonna
see
switch from the Punisher. Ugh.
and Red is playing. And you see that one guy, live guy, and he does it to them alive. They're not dead because they're of course serial killer want to kill them alive. Would want to do it alive. Make sure their
Right.
victims alive, and they're alive. And you see the machinery. Oh my god, Moose is one sick motherfucker. And you just see in his
Yeah.
eyes, like
Yeah. His eyes and the mask. Yeah. I'm
I
curious to
want.
see how he's gonna like fold into this
I
season. Like,
If it's that guy from what's the episode, first or second episode, that guy is at the Daredevil's girlfriend's book signing. If it's that guy, I wonder if he's gonna go after her
mm,
because you just don't should do that scene without suffering in the next. You just don't do that scene without suffering in the next few episodes. That goes back to that, right? There has to be something
right.
there, right? Right? There has to be like you just don't do that. You don't waste something like that, right?
Mhm.
But my God,
Yeah, I guess they're gonna set that up because yeah, we haven't really gotten a lot of Muse. There's been a lot of hints. I mean, if you look in the background, there's all his graffiti and stuff. But I kind of wonder too, like, what approach is he gonna take? Like, what are they gonna do to tie in with the major story? But
Muse seems like he's aware. He seems like sick in the head. Why else would he go? Unless he's pretending. Yeah, what's his? Yeah, we gotta find a backstory for him eventually.
yeah,
But yeah, he because he may end up not. He may end up being actually the main villain of this for this first. I know he's supposed to be back in the second season. I
yeah.
think they confirmed that. I know
Well,
they're defending.
I think the storyline is, I think this is definitely a two-parter series because
Yeah, I mean that was
based on based on now set photos, they're
yeah.
continuing with the whole well, they haven't started this season,
Well,
but I mean they're going to continue with the vigilante task force, right? And there's a
yeah,
rumor now saying that Daredevil is going to assemble the
yeah, it,
Defenders,
yeah,
which
yeah.
makes a
That's
lot of
yeah,
sense. That's essentially what happens in the comic anyway, right? He brings together everybody and they all sit down. Now, here's the thing though. If you're going to
yeah.
do this, listen, I got some requests. Biggest request, I doubt it's going to happen, but Spider-Man's got to be there.
There's a rumor
No
there.
Spider-Man, we going to have to complain. I don't think he's going to
There's
be there, but I got to complain.
no, because Sony
Listen.
won't. Sony, there's a deal because Sony can't
Listen,
won't allow it.
Sony and Marvel, they got to work it out. They got to work out something for this. Now, my second request, this is a little bit more reasonable. This request, I'll forgive them for not having Spider-Man. They got to have Moon Knight. Moon Knight was there too. So Moon
I
Knight was there talking with them. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Moon Knight's possibility in it. Don't
Moon Knight, yeah, and I will also say they got to have Misty because they kind of sleeping on Misty. I think Misty's kind of underrated. They sleeping on her. So those are my
yeah.
requests.
There's a
Kevin Feige, if they're not fulfilled,
there's
you may see hell.
there's a rumor there's an MCU character. It's gonna be one of the episodes of this season.
Yeah. Some
I
people were
don't.
saying Bucky. That was a rumor that was going around.
It's
Bucky
not
might be
Bucky.
there.
Wow, it's Bucky.
They said it's a MCU character from the movies,
Oh,
but
from the movies.
Bucky would make sense.
Okay, from the movies. Maybe Hawkeye. I don't know. The first
Hawkeye
Hawkeye.
would be nice, but I doubt it.
I mean, they do. He does have a bit of a connection to Kingpin. Yes.
Yeah,
I was gonna say. I was gonna
maybe.
say. I was
I
gonna
mean,
say it was gonna be Moon Knight if it
they
was
could
not from
have
the
Kate
movies.
Bishop, but
I was gonna say if it was not from the movies, I would have said Moon Knight for that specific character.
yeah, I don't think it's Moon Knight. I don't
No,
think it's Moon Knight
no. If it's okay, if it's yeah, maybe. But I mean, I don't see how Bucky has any connection to this. Honestly,
because he's a
I
congressman.
yeah. I mean, that's so weird how Bucky becomes a congressman. They just let him become a congressman. He must have did like I'd be wary of him becoming a congressman. Like whatever. If King can become mayor, Bucky can become a congressman. Despite him having to save the world, it's just that Bucky's done a lot of stuff. Novice free will is just people probably don't know that. Most of the people
Right.
probably don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm curious to see if that rumor is true that there is an MCU character. I mean, again, they kind of. I mean, I don't necessarily need an MCU character,
I don't.
but I do think if they are going to, they're setting up this whole Kingpin arc, and they're going to do Devil's Reign. I do think they kind of have to have some of these characters that were, like just because we haven't seen them
It's.
before, right? And it's like you might as well start
I mean,
teaming them up and stuff, right?
technically it could be Kate Bishop. Technically, Kate Bishop was in the movie,
Yeah, Kate Bishop could also be a good guest too.
but
Um,
Kate, is it really Kate Bishop? Is she really? Kate Bishop's never been known to be a vigilante, right? Like,
well, technically, yeah, she has been. I mean, she is a street level character. Like,
but I don't think
that's
that's
why I
the.
would say it kind of would make sense if it was Kate Bishop. Like, we're just throwing characters that I feel like
Don't listen to my time to
what are
shine.
not big characters, but
Don't read my time to shine.
no, yeah,
I
we don't believe My Time to Shine. That's bullshit.
I'm not hearing good things about Doomsday. What the Russos are saying.
Well, I don't know just yet. They're saying that the concept art that leaked wasn't theirs. I mean, that's probably it's still Marvel Studios, like whether or not that's theirs.
Well,
Oh, and by the way, we I didn't get to talk about this. The same thing I said on stream. Now all of a sudden, these streamers or streamers, these the leakers are saying, "Oh, the MCU is experimenting with animation in Secret Wars." I literally said that they're doing that. So I don't know if that's bullshit, right? That these scoopers are just pulling shit out of their ass. But it's like that's been out there for years now that they want to do something like that.
yeah, yeah. Well, they already did animation characters. I mean, the Captain. I mean, what's her name? Captain Carter was the first, kind of.
No, I mean like sorry,
Mm.
animation characters interact with
I don't
live
want. I
action
don't want.
characters like
I don't
Looney
want.
Tunes. Like you know how Looney Tunes.
I don't want to see that. I don't
Well,
want.
I feel like they're going to attempt to
I
do
think.
something like that.
What I heard from. I heard. They talk. This is what I'm concerned about Doomsday. What they said about Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man death. It feels like they're gonna revive him. They're gonna somehow revive him.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be that. I mean, the thing is, like, this is the only way that it makes any sense is that Doom is connected with Iron Man's death.
Yeah.
Um, it makes it to me that's what I'm like. There's no way he's Victor Von Doom. That's just way too confusing,
No,
right?
no, it's no, no. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, it's way too confusing if
I
he
think
is just Victor Von Doom.
I think we agreed
Personally,
to. I think we agreed to a point. They're not using. I don't think Doom is a feature player in the MCU just for these two movies.
yeah, I think what this would be is
They want.
I think they're going to because
They want to get rid
like
of the
okay,
saga.
this is
They
my
want to get.
theory. This is my big theory, right? My theory is that Doctor Doom in this universe, right? Somewhere out there in the multiverse, okay, is essentially a what if Iron Man didn't die?
Yeah, yeah.
That's going
Like
to
a what
be
if?
like
Yeah.
my prediction, right? And essentially Doctor Doom, because if you think about it, Doctor Doom in the comics is very like currently right now what they're doing is Doctor Doom a Doom under one world, right? Or whatever it's called, where Doom is essentially he
God,
is Sorcerer Supreme and he
yeah.
has control over the entire Marvel universe
He's
and he's doing all types of good things,
he's
right?
he's he's a definition of magic and science put together.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think is like, yeah, that
They
would
just.
be
I think they
kind of
just want
like
to get.
the
I think they just gotta want to end this saga as quick as possible because Fantastic Four is the first. It's the first project that's Phase 6, and only have two other movies that are Phase 6 official: Secret Wars and
right.
Doomsday. Yeah, some shows are Phase 6, right? Ironheart is the last project. It's gonna be Phase 5 because that comes out
Mhm.
before Fantastic Four. Then Wonder Man's the first. Maybe I think Vision's Crest will probably come out before Doomsday, but they really don't have.
Right.
They don't even have any. They don't have any solo films of any character in production.
No.
They want to get
No,
rid
I
of this.
think the only character that they might have in
It's
production
Black
is
Panther
Black Panther.
because that's pretty much it's official, but not official. Quotations, you know.
Yeah. No, I sideways, I didn't see your post.
No.
Was that on Threads or Twitter? Because I know you're on both, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I understand. Look
yeah.
here. I heard this. I heard this. Yeah, Degrassi told me this. They're looking for Ottawa for live vacations. There is a castle there,
Oh,
but good luck to the cast that want to spend time in Ottawa because Ottawa is a very boring city.
it is, but I mean, I don't know I mean, well, movie
just
magic, right?
just use fucking yeah. Just use fucking Toronto. You have Castle Loma. You can use
Yeah,
fucking
I think it kind of makes some sense if he is this alternate Tony Stark who is
maybe
like, this is what happens when you go too far. Because I mean, in the secret, like I'm sure they're gonna do this, right? Like
yeah.
they're gonna have a scene where Doctor Doom
Just
literally
fuse.
rips out Thanos' a spine, just like the comic book.
Oh,
They're going to
Spider-Man,
do
thank
that.
you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot Spider-Man. So there's
Yeah,
three.
Spider-Man has one, yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's.
They're going to try and like
I
recreate. I mean, as much as the Russo brothers are like, "Oh, we're taking from the '80s Secret Wars." It's like,
and then in the
yeah, but
2000s.
there's not like there's no story there for a movie, let's say, right? like the concept of it for sure, right? You have the villains versus the heroes, which I think that's what they're going to attempt to do. They're going to have
Mhm.
Doctor Doom leading his own Avengers team, and then there's going to be the remnants of the people who are on Battle World trying to assemble and try to be Doctor Doom, right?
Yeah, and then what
And
happens is he loses all that power. Um,
well, I think that they're going to reset. They're just going to
yeah,
reset everything, and or what would happen is just like in the comics where everything got merged, right? The Ultimate
yeah,
Universe
yeah,
got merged. So
yeah.
then some of these characters
It's
could
it's the only way.
cross over, right? Or stay together in one
What's the
continuity.
conversion? Does that mean like conversion means you? If oh, but I just don't think
Conversion.
Doc. I don't think Doctor Doom is going to be a long term villain. Like I think he's just for the saga,
Not
or
this
unless
version of Doctor Doom.
no. And then, but you can't. If it's this version, then you can't make the next version of Doctor Doom a big time villain that does something like this for like you can't. The next Avengers movies after Secret Wars and Doomsday, Doctor Doom cannot be the main villain. He could be a supportive villain or maybe a supportive hero because he does do some hero good things. Um,
Right.
because Doctor Doom, look, you could classify him as a villain, but he's actually done a lot of good too. A lot
Yeah,
of good.
which I think that's what they're going to play up. They're going to play up the fact that the Doctor Doom is essentially like a superhero gone wrong.
Yeah,
And that's how they're going to explain why Tony Stark is involved with the storyline. And on top of that, too, I said this: there's no setup for Doom, so all the setup for Doom has to be something that already exists. So if you just attach, like they're gonna probably take shades of the infamous
there.
Iron Man. They're gonna take their own ideas and they're gonna just merge it
Starscream.
together and do
Doctor
something
Doom's the villain of
different.
Starscream. I mean, you hear about the, I like the Jonathan Majors things is good for Marvel firing that audio leak tape.
Yeah,
He's done.
kind of weird that they leaked that audio right when he was coming back, and it's like,
Well, Michael B. Jordan said he was willing to work with him again. It makes Michael
yeah,
B. Jordan look bad, and he has a movie coming out
yeah.
soon, like very soon, very soon. Next month, his movie's coming out, and that doesn't help. That doesn't help his case because um, he admitted to choking his ex, and Michael B. I think you should take back what you said. I don't like protect your image. Who's the DC version
Doctor
of Doctor
Doom
Doom?
demoted to Starscream,
Who's the
bruh.
DC version of Doctor Doom? Um, don't know
Um,
because I don't think there is one.
no,
I
I feel like there's someone you can make a comparison to. I mean,
we Doctor Fate
Lex
is
Luthor is
bad,
very
right?
similar to Doctor Doom. Because Lex
But
Luthor could also kind of be heroic in some instances, right? Like
yeah,
he believes what he's doing is
yeah, that's true.
um so and I've
Doctor
always
Doom.
said too, if DC ever did their own version of the Illuminati, Lex Luthor should definitely be on that team.
Also, I mean, like we know, Doctor Fate is basically Doctor Strange. Um,
Yeah, kind
Santana's,
of.
yeah,
I feel like
Vandal
Constantine is
Savage.
kind of
The thing
closer
is,
to
I can
Doctor
see,
Strange, but
I can see Vandal Savage being that, but the thing is, Vandal Savage does not do
yeah,
heroic things.
no, yeah, they kind of have to like skirt the line, I guess. I mean, again, Doctor Doom is
Vandal Savage is
and
pure.
the one thing that is really separating, like, I mean, like I can see why the Russos would want to come back because their whole thing was like, oh, Thanos was a hero in Infinity War. I've always said that I never really got that impression from the movie. Like, I mean,
Well,
he
you know they say
never
about the
really
villains.
explains why he needs to kill all these people. It's sort of
Well,
like, oh, balance. But it's like
people
you have this MacGuffin that can wish in
exactly,
anything. So why don't
exactly,
you just bring him
exactly.
more resources?
That's the joke. People don't. That's the joke. He could. He Thanos could have wished for more resources.
Yeah,
So
that's why I feel like if they were gonna do that with Doctor Doom, it would make more sense because Doctor Doom would be like, listen, I'm here to like protect you and make the world better, right? Shit, this guy Big Star Lord fucking
yeah.
bitch. Oh man.
Well, because they were not allowed to use with Thanos' real reason from the comics
Actually, no, fuck that.
as a
Yeah,
story.
they could have. I think it would have made a little bit more sense, right? Where it's like, why is he killing all these people? Oh,
I
he's doing this to impress
you,
death, right? Or you could
I
change it
think
up
you're.
and
I do think it's RD, they have kind of confirmed that it was the Russos. RDJ is the one who brought back the Russos, but I
yeah.
also think it's confirmed the Russos went back to get the repetition back up. I think they
I mean,
went
for
back
sure. I mean, they gotta be careful
because
though, right?
the movie just came out on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but it's not doing very well,
No,
and um,
they gotta be careful though because they're taking a
mhm.
massive risk here, right? Because again, like it's gonna have the structure of Secret Wars, like Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars, but without the setup, without the connection, like we don't even know the Fantastic Four in this universe, right? Like we're only getting one movie and then Avengers.
Yeah.
So clearly Doctor Doom is not going to be like there's no way in hell at least in my opinion that Reed
Who
Richards is the foil to Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. I just can't really see it.
who what
Like
the grass? I
he
have
is
a
definitely
question
going
for
to
you.
share scenes, but
Were they always planning to do Doctor Doom once Jonathan Majors left, even without RDJ?
there's no way they were. There's no way they were.
Because
If they were, they would have set up Doctor Doom.
yeah,
They would
yeah,
have
that's
set up
true.
Doctor Doom. There's no setup for Doctor Doom. That's why I'm saying I don't see them
Remember,
like
there was a rumor.
everybody's gonna be the foil to Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, right? Like he's the foil to the Avengers because he was an Avenger. Um, and he went off on the deep end, right?
Oh wow,
Because I
even
mean that's the thing that
Degrassi said yes. Remember,
is
people said
yes to
Howard
what?
Stern could be Doctor. You remember that stupid rumor, Howard
Wait,
Stern?
what did he say yes to? We were
So,
talking about something.
they were planning to do Doctor Doom without RDJ as Doctor Doom. They had somebody else in mind or something.
I mean,
Remember, people said Howard Stern said 2 or 3 years ago, who knows Doctor Doom's going to be? He did not know. Howard Stern did not know. Remember that?
if Marvel really was planning Doctor Doom beforehand, then they did a absolute
Piss
fucking
poor job.
botch. Yeah, they did a piss poor job of even communicating that. Because most of us just assumed that this was not going to be the
Is
Jonathan
this movie ever
Hickman
going to come?
Secret Wars.
You
It
know,
was
I
going to
have
take
no problem.
elements, but
They maybe should have released a solo movie, Doctor Doom, to set him up. Marvel should
maybe.
take Marvel should take examples from DC and do villain stuff, villain movies.
Well, what happened? Well, someone said something that was interesting. They said, "What if the Doomsday is just a Doctor Doom movie from his perspective?"
Yeah, I mean, Infinity War
That would make more
is
sense.
Thanos' movie.
No, I don't really agree with that. He's not the main character. Like listen, the Avengers are the main characters. You're rooting for them. Thanos' motivation is like half baked. It's like, oh yeah, we're trying to you know, well, there's too many people in the universe and we got to kill everybody because of that. And you're like, who can have any sort of sympathy for that? I don't really understand.
No,
I think
no.
having Doctor Doom be like, listen, I'm trying to create a world where there is no villains and everybody's living peacefully. I think that makes more sense for a villain, right? Where it's
Yeah,
like,
but he'd be like, but as a dictator.
yeah, but Doctor Doom is not a dictator. That's the thing. I mean, he's like a
He,
king who's like, I'm trying to give
uh,
everybody beneath
kings,
me the best life. But
kings,
that's
kings
how,
act like kings act like dictators, though. Let's be honest, they
yeah, I mean,
do.
he's a dictator, but he's not ruling like a dictator. That's the point that
Mm,
is interesting about Doctor Doom. He's not a I'm gonna kill everybody, I'm gonna, oppress everybody. He's like, no, I want everybody to live this life. And I mean, I would suggest. reading the new. I mean, there are only two issues in, to be fair, but read the new Doom.
Also,
The
also,
new Doom event because
also,
I
Doctor
think that
Doom.
has.
Also, people have to realize that Doctor Doom's also a very tortured soul. Like, like
Yeah, but they
he,
can't really get into any of that stuff. In
yeah,
my opinion, they really shouldn't even like don't dive into the whole like his mother and all that stuff like that. Like
his
don't connect that
face.
with Tony Stark. Don't do any of that. Yeah. Well, his face, I mean, his face should be maybe he has the mask not because of the cut, but because he looks like Tony Stark.
Hmm.
That's really it. I wouldn't go super far with it because you could save all of that for the real Doom and just have it be like he's essentially, I mean, what infamous Iron Man was, where it's like, okay, this is Victor Von Doom
So,
taking up the mantle of Iron Man.
you think they have the
um
real Doom in this? If he's not the real Doom, you think of the real Doom in these two
I just
movies?
I really have a hard time believing he's the real Doom.
Yeah,
I like I don't understand how that will work. Like I'm curious, that's why more I'm like cautiously optimistic because again, how would you pull this off if it was the real Doom,
I know
right?
Degrassi is not optimistic about it. I know that.
I'm optimistic. I think it's better if it is just straight up or he's Tony Stark from a different universe, um, gone awry, right? Like this is what Tony really wanted because we did see shades of that anyway. Like he has this whole vision of his failures, and you're like, he never got to live in a world where he did live on,
Mhm.
right? And succeed. So you kind of have to wonder, like, what would a world look like with Iron Man, where he did win and he didn't die, and everything that he accomplished was it worked out, right? Because in that case, it would look very similar to Doctor Doom, right? At least the MCU incarnation, where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he did the Soviet Accords. He did Ultron and I forget what the project was before Ultron, where he has all the bots around the world, right? Um he is like again, I mean this is Tony Stark in general, a super genius, someone who is always trying to like get to the next level, and um you could totally see Tony Stark just going off of the deep end and
Oh
everybody
yeah.
was like, "Whoa, this is way too far." I think it would make for a more interesting movie because then it's like all the heroes have like personal stakes in this, where it's like, "Oh shit, this is Iron Man, right? This is the greatest superhero of all time in our universe. This guy saved everybody, and now we have to fucking beat him." Right? I think that adds more stakes to what's going on, right? Like it keeps things interesting because then Spider-Man has a relationship with Iron Man, Captain America has a relationship. All these characters have relationships with Iron Man, whether they've interacted with him or not. So, I mean, but again, it's also controversial because if you do something like that, then you run the risk of everybody being like, "Oh, they should have never come back and do anything with Iron Man," which could be true, right? Like this is like really, in my opinion, 50-50. Like this is Marvel's biggest gamble. It really is. Like they could fuck up. They could fuck
Oh,
up.
they have fucked up a lot in the Phase 4, 5, and
Yeah, but
stuff.
this would be a next level fuck up, right? Like
No,
this
this would
is
be
this is
damn.
unheard of, unprecedented. This could tank pretty much everything, I feel like. If you tank the Avengers brand, I mean, yeah, you'll have X-Men, you'll still have some brands like
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, but that will be like a big stain. I'm not saying they will never come back from it,
We'll,
but
we'll still make a lot
that's
of
gonna
money.
haunt them.
We'll still do well. We'll still make a
I
billion.
mean, yeah, but look at Rise of Skywalker.
That's
It
true.
could be a Rise of Skywalker.
That's true.
Rise of Skywalker did tons of fucking damage, in my opinion. Like so much
Sure.
damage they haven't made a fucking Star Wars movie since.
Well, that Grogu's
So
coming out. That's the next one. That's the
yeah,
same year.
after 7 years,
Same year too.
7 years, it's gonna be 7 years since a Star Wars movie. I mean, And they're still pumping out these things. I think it would make more sense if we didn't get any Star Wars content, but we got all these TV shows. Avengers fighting the Masters of Evil. Well, you know what's funny? I Someone on Reddit posted what they wanted from the Thunderbolts, and I said they should have just, as I usually say, they should have just done the '90s Thunderbolts, right? But I think the Thunderbolts are going to play a significant role in the two Avengers movies,
Come on! Doesn't major
three and
sense he
four
would
to
return
follow.
as Kang and the Conqueror. Says in the US today. Disney Marvel Studios, I love them. I just read it now.
I
Ah!
don't know if Kang should come back. I think they would probably have him get killed off, right? And just be like, "Here's Kang, and there he goes into the
Oh,
ditch."
he should just do that for that. Just as a gag.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear about Giancarlo
Mm,
Esposito's? Oh, Giancarlo Esposito's supposed to be King Cobra.
yeah, I
Not
did
Simon.
see that. Well, I mean, there's
Yeah.
who fucking knows? They cut so many characters and stuff. We never mentioned this, but maybe we did. Maybe I just forgot. But I know we didn't mention this when we first did the review. But um, what's the character's name? Oh my God, he has the mask of
Simon.
Wolverine
Oh,
in the comics.
Bacon?
Is it Demolish?
Oh, not his
No,
son. Okay. Because his son
no. Can
impersonates
someone put
him,
it in the
right?
chat? I forget. This is a very, very obscure character. But he has the mask of Wolverine, and he's got like a big
I don't
D on
know
his
the guy.
chest. Demolish? Is it Demolish Man? I don't think it's Demolish
Mm.
Man.
Release the Kang cut.
Demolition Man, I believe. Demolition Man? Question mark. But
Sylvester
he got
Stallone?
killed. I think it might be Demolition Man. I think
I
it
don't know.
is. M-
He had his own
Um,
movie. Some,
well, not that, but oh my God, everybody picked the characters I wanted. Fucking hell. Does anybody?
Demolition.
Yeah, he was from the Lego Avengers short too. Yes,
Yeah, I know what you're
yes,
talking about now.
yeah. He was in Captain America 4, and he got the fucking boot. Demolition Man. Okay, Demolition. Am I stupid? I feel like it's just such a weird character. Like I've always seen him, and I'm like,
No.
he's got the Wolverine mask.
Yeah, he
Um,
does.
yeah.
Let me
Where's
see this.
everybody? Oh shit.
Dennis Dumfries appears
Oh
in Captain
shit. What
America:
the
Brave
hell?
New World, or portrayed by William McCullough. This version is a Navy SEAL commander and a friend of some who is later killed by the leader.
Yeah, yeah. He was killed.
Oh,
I killed him. They got rid of his ass. I
oh, was
mean,
that
like
the?
people on Twitter were like crying about it as usual. They're like,
Oh,
they killed off this character,
that
and
was
you're
just no,
like,
that was just. But
this
oh,
is a
I
this is
didn't
an
know that was
obscure character, bro. Like
I didn't know that was Demolition Man because
extremely
I thought he was just
obscure.
I thought he was just a regular guy that someone else knew in the army, Air
Yeah,
Force.
well, people. I mean, people made that connection. I mean, I would have never made that connection at all. I mean, that character does jack fucking shit, right? Um, I forget some of the origins of him, but it's like, bro, I don't even remember his name. Like, I just remember that he has the Wolverine mask too,
So
which again, I was like,
that
fuck, like,
that guy was Demolition Man. My God, you never would have guessed it.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, he
my
just
God,
dies, right? He's like, okay,
he's not even. Oh, I want to know Degrassi and your thoughts because I didn't do a stream yesterday. You know what, I felt better yesterday. I was just very, very tired because I was like, for my stomach issues kept me up,
right,
waking me up. So, and usually when it happens, you're usually tired the next day. And I was in and out most of the day, lying down because of
hmm
fatigue. That's why I didn't stream. But if I did stream, it'd probably be like talking about Sergeant Rock. This is weird.
oh yeah,
Colin Farrell.
really bizarre casting of true.
What do you think? What do you think, Blind Chat? It's really bizarre. Now there are people who are like Penguin and Sergeant Rock. You can't do both. I'm like two different
I mean,
universes.
they're different universes, and if Sergeant Rock is in World War II, when we would we're not sorry, my God, let me rephrase that. When would we ever see this character cross over? Yeah, D man. That's what he goes by sometimes. Yeah, D man.
And people were
Um,
supposed to put that connection together. He's Demolition Man.
no, I don't think. Listen, besides the name, I don't think I most people probably wouldn't even know. I don't even know his name either. So, like when they were saying that, I just
Yeah,
thought it was
he's
some generic dude.
because Demolition Man is not a very like well-known Marvel character. Like he's not.
No,
He's not
like they just put that in there just to be like, oh yeah, it's like a reference, right? Like
yeah,
you know how
Marvel does
Marvel
that.
used to do that stuff. Yeah,
MCU does that. They'll put in smaller tier characters time to time. But yeah, let's get back to Sergeant Walk. He can do both. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Degrassi. He can do both.
yeah, he could definitely do both. It's just kind of weird where it's like, um, it's so close together, right? It's like he just, all the buzz for Penguin, and then it's like, oh, now he's playing this other DC character, and you're like, I guess okay. I just don't see him as Sergeant Rock. I didn't really see Daniel Craig as Sergeant Rock either. But again, I'm not like super familiar with the character. I just don't think like he's the like if you were to go with a certain actor, like I feel like it would have to be someone who's like kind of like a Brad Pitt type, like someone who's like an older, well-known actor who also is a very like can be like very macho, right? Like that's like what I assume the casting would be. I mean, I guess you could say that kind of fits, but I don't know. I just don't like those picks. I just feel like not super exciting. Not saying it wouldn't be good, right? But just not a fan of the casting.
Oh, John Hamm. Yeah, John Hamm be
Yeah,
good.
John Hamm maybe, but I don't know. Maybe he's not like super well known.
I
He's
think
not
John
he's not
Hamm's
an
well.
A-list actor, right?
Uh, I think he's A-list. I mean,
Nah, I would not say John Hamm's A-list. He's a good actor. I mean, I wouldn't call him A-list though. No way.
well, I don't think anybody's A-list anymore. Nobody's a guaranteed box
No,
office
there's still
draw.
people who are A-list. Like if you walk around the street and you ask people
Well,
actors,
I would recognize.
they're gonna name you A-list actors. They're still around. It's just not the same time where they could or the same
Yeah, but
era where it's like they could sell movie tickets, right?
yeah, that's what I mean. They're not exactly sellers. They're not exactly guaranteed box
Yeah.
offices anymore. Like
Yeah.
people talk about Scarlett Johansson as right. You recognize her on the street. Anybody will recognize her on the street, but she's not a
Right.
draw in the theaters. Unless she's going to draw this year. No question about with Jurassic Park, but that's not because of her. Let's be honest.
I don't think anybody's a draw, but that doesn't mean
Yeah,
that there's no
that's
A-list actors. Like there's still A-list actors.
there used to be a time where there was A-list actors were a draw. I think I know what the reason
Yeah.
is. I think it's the presence of social media and too much access to them. The lore of them, it's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the well, this is my take, right? I feel like movies have been
Yeah.
like there's a you know there's no shortages of movies going on, right? You can go on Netflix and hop on and just look at whatever crap is on there, right? And the way people treat movies nowadays too, like I have friends who tell me they listen to movies on the background, and I feel fucking
How do
appalled,
you listen to movies on the
right?
background?
I have
That's the
no fucking clue, right? I have no fucking clue, or they listen to two times speed. I feel like honestly, like
huh?
I would never. And you want to know who it is? I'll snitch on them. I'll
Go
snitch
ahead.
on them
Obama.
because no, it's actually not Michelle Obama. Believe it or not, Michelle Obama is not that type of person,
Good.
but it is. And you could roast him when he comes into my chat.
Awesome.
Quanzium, Quanzium, this cocksucking bitch. This guy he watches movies two times speed. Listens to that shit in the background.
That's
He
not what the
even said
movie's meant
if they
for.
had an option, he would do it on four times speed. Like
You
you're
know,
sick, bro.
that's not the point of a movie.
No, yes, I've explained this to him, but this guy's not like a big movie guy. That's the thing. He's more into games. But
But even if but not a big movie guy knows that.
yeah, I know he knows that it's like we make fun of him for it because it's like because we go to the movies and I want the movies to do
Well,
well, but I also feel like they're set up to fail, right? Like they're set up to just keep making garbage that is passable. And I'm not saying everything needs to be like some fucking high art. I really don't really understand that take, like, but I think that there's so much again content in quotations where it's like people just movies are like they're not special anymore. And that's Hollywood's fault. They made it not special. Like the streaming services, the access to them. Like if they just, if they, I mean, the cat's out of the bag, right?
no. It's like
But
movies are like an event now.
no,
It's
no
really
movie's an event now.
and what I mean
Like
by like that only
only like once every fucking 3, 4 years there'll be an event
yeah,
movie.
Like the Avengers movie is an event, right? A Star Wars movie, well, a decent Star Wars movie event. You know what I
And
mean? Like
even still,
Avatar,
like,
Avatar
are
is
they
an
only going to
event.
rely on one event movie
Avatar's gonna make
for
so
the
much money.
year?
Avatar's gonna make a lot of money this year because it's coming out this year.
Well, of
3?
course. Well, I mean, yeah, it'll just
That's an
continue
event.
to make money, right? All these
Yeah.
franchises will continue to make
The
money,
piracy. I mean,
undoubtedly. But
I'm gonna be honest with you. Piracy's been here before streaming. It's been a lot around before streaming. Actually, um, there's other ways of piracy, not just on the internet, but I'm gonna try to be careful here. But if you go to certain shops, um, Pacific Mall, you
Pacific Mall.
know what I'm talking about, Blinded.
I haven't been to Pacific Mall in
But you know
years,
what I'm
man. I
talking
might have
about.
to take a trip
But you know
to
what I'm talking
Pacific
about.
Mall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what
Blinded
you're
knows what I'm
talking
talking.
about.
Yeah, bootlegged stuff, bootlegged DVDs. Yeah. Um,
Right.
also,
I mean,
also,
you don't even need to go there anymore. It's right on your fucking fingertips. You can boot
yes.
up fucking Put Locker. That used to be the go-to space. Put Locker. I don't think they have that around. You go on there, the fucking newest movies there. Cam HD, Cam HD is
Yeah.
fucking stupid resolution. It's in HD, but it's like cam footage. Get the fuck out of here. Right?
Yeah.
So I mean like the movies, like if they here's the thing, right? It's like they can't make less movies because they need to make money. It's like it's funny because I feel like the movie industry and the gaming industry are in the same kind of predicament,
Yeah.
right? Lots of games and movies are being made, but it's like no one is buying it. No one wants to
You know
pay for
what's
it.
you know what sucks? Nintendo Switch presentation. I think it's on the same
Mm,
day as the Warner Brothers presentation. But the good news is,
crazy.
I, I believe, I believe Warner Brothers is a later time because Nintendo's at
Right.
9. So that's
Well, I mean, Nintendo's gonna get way more
oh,
I can't even talk.
of course.
Publicity.
Well, video games. Here's a fact, guy. The video game industry is bigger than the movie industry.
Well, I mean, like on
It's,
paper it is, but like
especially
I don't
Nintendo.
know about the fucking
What
stability of this shit. I mean, the
if you
movie
see?
industry is also looking kind of like
But
shaky, but
on my X account, I see Nintendo have more trending, don't trending with more people trending about Nintendo than the movie industry, except the Oscars. The only time a movie something is related to movie and entertainment, it gets over a million, over like 100,000 to a million tweets. It's the Oscars, but with Nintendo, you get like 400, 500,000. It's crazy. It's crazy with
yeah.
Nintendo. It's insane. Also, like understandably, by people are not going to go to see the movie. People are not paying $100 to see a movie, tickets, concessions, especially if you're a
Mhm.
family. Like blinded,
I don't
how
even think
much?
it's really that. I just think it's like, what would you rather do? Spend $100 on a movie you don't really know is going to be good? Or would you rather just stay at home and watch what is already
I
on
mean,
demand?
we
You know what
might
I
see
mean? Like it's a
Minecraft.
simple answer. Yeah, I mean Minecraft. Well, here's the thing, right? If Minecraft was good, maybe people will show up just because
I
it's a
heard,
there's some nostalgia. It's like
I
Five
heard,
Nights at Freddy's, right?
I heard it's up. It's a projection a decent opening,
Yeah, I'm
decent.
not sure. I If it gets like
And
decent reviews, maybe it might make some decent money. I
I,
mean, there's nostalgia with Minecraft, right?
yeah, 2 years ago I was like Minecraft. Well, that's gonna be $1 billion hit because Minecraft's
Yeah,
so
that's what
popular.
I thought too. Well, we were saying that right up until we saw that garbage trailer.
And the next trailer, the second trailer, and the third trailer were not even much better.
No, yeah. Um, I don't know what's going on, but they fucked up. Squid Game gone went
Did
twice.
it?
I don't know what DDK warning is saying over here, but sounds like gibberish. Sounds like gibberish to me. Sounds like
Oh, by the
he's
way,
dripping
by
from
the
the
way,
mouth with baby oil.
Degrassi, you know how that Tom McFarlane Yaira statue thing you thought was kind of fishy about it? Well, I can
Yeah.
confirm to you, it's not fishy at all. It's actually real. It's true.
Well, wasn't like the size of it wrong or some bullshit?
The size is wrong,
Oh,
but it wasn't fake. I mean, like they
damn.
actually Tom McFarlane actually did produce it.
Damn.
Um,
I need a statue. I need a
to find one
statue on my shelf. I want
because
one of Daredevil though.
I know you
Not
don't like.
a rip
I,
versus trash.
I know you're not a big Tony fan, Degrassi, but he did on the stream yesterday. He had a clip of someone with his wife opening up a foreign box at the Yaira statue. And you know what's funny? There was like two other boxes in the box.
Crazy.
Remember? Remember a year ago, about a year ago? Well, actually, it was about summertime, right? Late spring, summertime. We were talking about the Irish Statue McFarlane toy. It's actually
Yeah.
real. It's real.
Yeah.
And,
I did see some pictures of it and I
and the
just
toy
heard
looks
that whole
horrible.
the
The statue
yeah,
looks horrible.
the pictures look way better. But I mean like how much it was it? Was it 400, 500?
500, I believe.
Okay. I mean, yeah, for
That's
500 you would think it would be a little bit better, but I mean, probably not, right? This is Wait, what the hell is this guy's name? What the hell is this guy's name? Gut Comer. Oh, fuck me. You just can't make this shit up.
that is a funny name.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Gut
The
Comer.
comer.
Yeah. Well,
Huh?
not as bad as Comes. You know,
Oh,
does anybody know who I'm referring to? Comes.
no,
That
no.
fucking fat fuck.
Oh,
Comes with the Z.
it's funny. Assassin's Creed actually is getting decent reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, he must. Well, I mean, he must be thinking, well, they're biased and shit and blah,
Oh,
blah,
it's
blah.
Gums, right? Grums.
Yeah, I'm talking about Grums. Well,
Well,
someone
you
has a
know
parody
what?
account or a parody
Ubisoft,
game called
Ubisoft has
Comes.
did you see Postal Storage video on Tony's channel?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
So
I just
Ubisoft
saw
can
he made a comment on
so Ubisoft can go after people for harassment, like
yeah, I
people
did
like
see
that.
that. Well, I think that's going to be the standard going
Oh,
forward.
Campia's live because Campia goes
Yeah,
live. He does an after show.
it can't be as live. That guzzler, that goddamn guzzler. And what is he gonna say? Well, let's see. Okay, listen. If Grace does not like the new episode
No,
of Daredevil, we know. Wink, wink. We
guys,
know what's going on.
guys. I did a great stream last week. She said she had hope for the show after watching episode 3, but nothing in that episode made me sound like she actually had hope. She does actually think of the Superman trailer. Like,
Well, yeah, she did. She flipped her opinion when everybody else was having a good time. She's like, oh, no, listen, you can't trash the party and then come in. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, that's not how that works. Because that guy and his, I heard apparently, oh yeah, Grums. Talking about
Mhm.
Grums. Grums. I mean, all these goddamn grifters, right? These anti-woke guzzlers. They got to suck up to Elon and make all their money, I guess. because they're scraping pennies
Think,
right in their real life, I guess.
yeah, you gotta check
So
out posts on Tony's video when you can.
yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, because Grums is a total fraud. I mean, like, and when they
I know.
hold him accountable of his fucking crappy games that he's fucking
And
botched over the years,
and
he
J
starts having a panic
and
attack.
JT Smash had to say stuff, but JT Smash better be
Yeah.
careful. You can't have more lawsuits against him because it
Smash. You
feels
know
like he
what
gets
Smash told me? You know what Smash told me? I've
no.
I've talked personal to Smash JT, and I always remember our conversation. It was about whether Swiss cheese should be on a ham sandwich. No joke, no joke. It's still up. You can look this up.
What
Not
channel?
lying. This is on Tony's channel. This is like,
Oh,
I don't know. It's been like 3 years now. I remember he came on and they asked me what I was doing. I said I was eating a ham sandwich, and he asked me what kind of cheese, and I said Swiss. And he said, I don't think Swiss cheese should be on a ham sandwich. And I said, well, I don't even think it really matters, to be honest. I guess there was some code of like what type of cheese belongs on meat. I guess I can obviously I think to some degree it kind of makes some sense, right? But I don't really
cheese
care, right?
police.
I
Cheese
if I
police.
want cheddar cheese with turkey, I'm gonna have it. You know what I mean? Like
Can I
I'm
say
not I'm not
this?
like this picky person.
Can I
Okay.
say this? Hamburgers with cheese, if you eat fast food, they all suck.
Yeah, they do all suck. I think they need, I mean, well, they always skimp out on the goddamn cheese. As a cheese
Especially
lover, right?
McDonald's is
Pisses
the
me
worst
off.
hamburger.
Yeah,
McDonald's is
just make the
bad.
shit at home. Just make the shit at home.
Yeah, McDonald's is really
'Cause then you
bad
can get
hamburger.
like gallons of fucking cheese on that shit.
Oh
Be
yeah,
dripping in cheese.
I c- I can't. The hamburger is the worst. Hamburger at McDonald's is so bad. It's
Well, I still do like McDonald's once in a while. You
I
know,
do too. I like the chicken
you hate
fingers.
cheese on burgers? Ban this guy. Get this Diddy lover out of here. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy.
Well,
That made me
Whopper has
sick to
cheese
my
in it.
stomach. I threw out a Whopper when they, well, no, it doesn't. A Whopper
No,
doesn't have cheese on it. You can
then
ask
why?
for cheese, but normally it doesn't.
Then
That's
why
a
did?
Whopper with cheese.
Then why did he have if he
Now
did he
we
order?
know for real that 56K is a Diddy lover. Like he's there drinking the baby oil and shit. Like I'm waiting for the photos to come out to see
It's
like this was 56K and like he's called 56K because he's been in one night he took 56K you know what's to his
okay.
Whopper.
I don't like that. I don't like the onions that put in burgers. I don't like that as a separate thing. But on a burger, it's actually pretty good.
No, I like onions. Listen, I prefer onions. Like there's no prefer. It's you gotta have both. I'm not
Yeah,
slandering onions. I'm not slandering anything on a
and
burger.
mayo's good on
If you
burgers
want to
too.
make a pizza burger, go right ahead. I'll have that shit too.
Oh, mayo's so good
Okay?
on burger too. Mayo,
Pause.
what?
Blinded loves cheese. No, mayo on a burger, pause.
Some places put mayo on the burger.
Do you put your mayo on a burger? On your
Oh my
burger or someone
god!
else's burger?
Stop. Blind that loves cheese.
I love cheese, but I don't love Diddy. Unlike you, I know you're sitting there wondering when Diddy's
That
gonna
is.
come out of prison and get off, and so you can get back to partying.
Well,
We know what it's like.
we saw Tracy Morgan. I don't know if you
Oh
heard.
yeah.
He was at the decade when he puked.
Every time I hear about Tracy Morgan,
He's
there's
always,
always something bad happening with him.
it was just food poisoning, but he puked. Like
'Cause I
one
mean, one
second in.
time, I think it was just a couple of days ago, I was like, "What happened to Tracy Morgan?" Like, he got into the car accident and then he just like disappeared again,
He's been
and then that
around a
was
little
it.
bit. Yeah.
The the Ripper Ripper
We have a
69. Ripper 69. You know he's doing that 69 with his bareback silver ape.
oh
69.
yeah.
Him it's
Let's
just saying the most craziest shit.
see this is fattening. I
Seriously,
mean,
why is what's his name? On that guy's name. Oh, damn, that was a nice fucking grab. Oh, why is what's his name? Heel versus Babyface. Like, why would he go by the name
He must be wrestling.
Silverback? Silverback. I mean,
Definitely
that's
wrestling. He's a
pause on
wrestling.
that one.
He's a wrestling fan.
Yeah, lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, mustard, mayo.
Hey, why did John Cena not
Yep.
answer me? John Cena didn't answer my DM. You should answer my DM, John Cena. He
Yeah.
saw
Did
it
you see what
blindly.
John Cena was saying in our chat the other day?
He says we're abusing him.
Yeah, he says he's gonna sue us. Like, I haven't
Yeah.
said anything about John Cena. Like, not once.
He says we're abusing him. Here's the thing,
Yeah, and we
even
have him hostage and
I'm
shoving
just
glizzies down his mouth, like
he, sa- he says we can't.
crazy stuff.
It's funny, yeah. Like John Cena's like he's planning to sue us. I challenged to a match before WrestleMania. He said no.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
don't
beat
I
a.
don't listen, I don't have any money to take Mr. Cena.
I'll just kick him in the balls.
Imagine like we go to court and then like no, he doesn't even show up, but he somehow wins. He somehow wins.
Yeah, he can't see me.
Be hilarious.
It'll be the Rock. So I guess of winning money. Yeah, he says we're abusing for 25 years. That's what he said.
Now you're making me want a burger. I don't know if maybe I could.
Not this time of night. I want
No,
to eat
yeah,
anything.
I didn't eat anything. I'm hungry. I'm gonna make a burger
Oh,
right now. I don't
I don't know. Burgers at this time of night is not good for you.
listen. Nothing is good for you at this time of night. Nothing. Not a single thing.
John Cena's gonna
I'm a
sue you for
really
your
good lawyer.
Marvel Rivals record.
Because they don't sue for money you have. They want the money you're going to get paid. Listen, sir, I ain't getting paid. Uh, the only way I can even make the money that John Cena wants,
Who's gonna? Who's gonna?
I'm gonna have to be coming on here with a I love Diddy shirt.
Please,
Like
a 9 to 5
if I want to make that
job,
money.
making him a decent range of money. That's what John Cena's gonna sue. Or
Yeah.
a millionaire.
Fries and nuggets. Yeah, I want some fries and nuggets too. Put the fries in the bag, Diddy. Put the fries in the bag. 56K warning.
I love
56K warning is gonna stop appearing in my chat, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna get like
Biden.
emails and cease and desists and all types of stuff.
Brad is a Diddy lover. Oh yeah, Red's not here to defend
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, he's not here to defend himself. He says you can eat at night, just skip the next day's meal.
Oh, I'm not eating at night anymore.
Mm,
After Sunday.
listen. Oh yeah, he had his issue, but me, I listen, I am actually hungry. Like after this stream, I gotta go make something, and then I gotta go to bed, and then I
I'll
gotta
probably just have a
work on a
banana.
ton of shit tomorrow.
I'll just have a banana or something.
All the bananas done. I ate the last banana today. Like I want a meal. I want to eat something.
You skip dinner.
Yeah, I skipped. Well, I barely had breakfast. I don't really like having breakfast, but I like breakfast food. I
I
just don't like eating early in the day.
I don't get up early enough for breakfast. I usually get up like at 10, 10:30. I'm like, nah, breakfast is gone. I usually wait for lunch.
Yeah, I mean, I still like eggs. Eggs. I can
He's gonna
have
invite
eggs
Red
every day.
over. He's gonna invite Red over.
Yeah, red. We're gonna have to. I have a stream idea plan because I want to play Split Fiction. So I'm gonna run this by Red and a few other people and see who wants to come and play Split Fiction with me. I think that would be a funny stream. Chained together with the Diddy lover. Like that kind of crazy stuff. I usually skip breakfast too. Yeah, something about the morning time. I just don't like
You're
eating.
really not supposed to.
Yeah, you're really not supposed to. Yeah, which is true. I mean, it's called breakfast,
Yeah, because
right?
you're supposed to need enough to get you energy. You're supposed to need the energy for that morning. right? Especially for work and
There's
stuff.
some like I guess because it's like you fast, right? And like breakfast wasn't like a common thing, I believe. Like it's kind of
Oh,
like a recent concept from what I understand. They like marketed breakfast food and all this stuff. Like I have to do the history on that because it's kind of interesting. We're losing this game. Holy shit! Nobody has a single fucking kill on my team. Holy shit!
Stone, Stone Degrassi,
Yeah.
Stone's life. All right, I think I'll let you go eat a burger now. I
All
got
right.
nothing
Well, it
else.
depends. It's either I make it or I do some fuck shit and
Just
order it,
order, just
which I
order
really don't
McDonald's.
want to. Which, by the way, today I gotta go pick it up because I wanted to get it as fast as possible. I
Oh,
got absolute Flash. I'm not a big Flash fan, but I always wanted to have. I haven't had an. Oh well, actually, I have Wolverine, Ultimate Wolverine #1, but I wanted to have a #1. Just to. Uh, Because I had them before, but they got all messed up. I was like, fuck. So now I'm gonna go back to comic collecting.
mm-hmm.
All my shit got messed up, and I was
Are you
looking. I was
going
like, oh
tomorrow? Is it
fuck.
tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Are you going
Nah,
to?
I got stuff to do. I go on Friday, but I just had to
Oh, you're
order it
not.
ahead of time.
You're not one of
This
those.
is gonna
Okay.
sell out.
Oh, you
No,
have a
I
pull
think I
list.
might do that. I just
Yeah.
because the thing is,
Yo,
like, I only pick up like I don't want to have like a ton of comics because it's getting expensive, right?
yeah, it is.
Like I mean, like on a monthly basis, right? So 2 a week. I might not even really keep up with the Flash because, like I said, I've, I'm not the biggest Flash fan, but because it's like an alternate universe, I kind of want to check it out. Same thing with Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter, but I might drop it if I'm not really feeling it. 'Cause yeah, I mean, I only really care about the Ultimate and Absolute line right now. And if something comes my way, because I also wanted to buy some omnibuses too. Was thinking about buying the Chip Zdarsky
Hmm.
Daredevil omnibus or Mortal Hulk. That's the one I'm thinking of. That's gonna be at the end of maybe next month. I'm thinking a gift to end the semester. I
Nice.
got a comic store Wednesday once a month. Oh damn, yeah, mine's pretty a little bit far from me, sadly. Intermittent fasting. Yeah, I do that, but then I kind of like I go overboard sometimes, and then I
Me
overeat
too.
sometimes.
You know what the
Like
problem
sometimes
is
I
with
would
me
be like
sometimes?
20 hours I wouldn't eat.
You know what's the problem with me sometimes? Before I end this, I sometimes I eat dinner. If I don't finish it, if I don't finish enough of dinner, right? Sometimes
Mhm.
I'll feel like not finishing dinner, right? And then
Right.
like I'll be hungry at night, and I start munching on stuff at night, which is not good for you.
Yeah.
Like it actually, actually, right? It actually gets you gains weight. It helps you gain weight the next few days, like because it's not you're not supposed to munch on stuff during the night, especially at
Well, I
night. I
mean,
mean, and I'm gonna,
I mean, it throws you off. I don't think it really matters that much. Like depending on your sleep, like your
the
sleep,
food. It's the
not
food too. The
the
food you eat. Oh
like your fasting window. Let's say you have a fasting window and you eat at night, but you don't eat until the next
no,
night, then I don't think it matters all that
that's not
much.
me. That's not me.
But yeah, I think it really depends. It depends on your, how you fast and stuff, right?
So usually, well, it's usually snacks. Like if I don't finish dinner because then maybe not, I get full, but then I get hungry a few hours later. I usually munch on snacks, and
Mhm.
some of them are not healthy snacks, right? It depends what you eat too,
Right.
right? But that's why I'm going to eat a banana tonight. I get bananas healthy, you
Yeah.
know. All right. Let's see. You can now pay month to month for DC Infinite.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
do have I got I just been in the mood of just like I'm like I need to get back on track because before I feel like I wasn't reading a lot of comics and stuff. It happens. It's like I come back on and then I fall off and then I come back on and then I fall off. It just like depends on like what. sort of interests me, right? Like what I think is because I don't tip like I have characters I like, but I don't always stick with them because it's like some of their
I
runs are not good.
I can
Like
get
all the
into
stuff with
Steven.
Daredevil right now, it ain't good. It ain't fucking good.
I don't think I could read a comic book on a comic on my phone. I'm just sorry.
Well, they have it kind of like formatted now for phones. At least Marvel does. I didn't check if DC does that. DC's Finest Line trade paperbacks. Yeah, I've been seeing that every time I go to the store. They have. I was thinking about getting the Suicide Squad one, the classic Suicide Squad from what's his name? His last name's always hard to pronounce. John. Oh, I forget. I'm blanking on his last name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I seen the DC Finest line, and it looks nice. I
What's
like
the
the covers and stuff of it.
and Jack Snyder's gonna announce Justice League 2 today because it's his birthday. No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
Oh
thank you
hell
guys for
no.
watching. I'll be back tomorrow, and Blind is gonna go enjoy a burger.